안녕하세요. I'm Ancha-ki. Now, in our last lesson, we learned how to ask and answer questions about how much something is. Now, let's get a brief review. 안녕하세요, 선생님.
안녕하세요. 지승현입니다. Well, how do you like my pin?
It's very nice. 얼마예요?
10,000원이에요.
Now, when you want to answer this question, you first state the amount followed by the expression 원이에요. Now, what if it costs something like 8,500 won? Now, this is what we're going to be learning today, so let's first go to the video clip.
어서 오세요. 뭐 드릴까요?
이 사과 얼마예요?
1,200원이에요.
비싸요. 저 사과 얼마예요?
800원이에요.
맛있어요?
네, 맛있어요.
저 사과 주세요.
몇 개 드릴까요?
4개 주세요.
잠깐만 기다리세요. 3,200원이에요.
돈 여기 있어요.
고맙습니다. 안녕히 가세요.
Michael asks for the price of the apples, and when he's told how much they cost, he says they're too expensive. So he goes for the cheaper ones, the 800 won ones, and he buys 4 of them. Now, we're going to look at some slightly complicated numbers that we can add to the phrase 원이에요. But before we do that, let's learn some vocabulary.
돈, 가방, 가방, 우산, 안경,
이 사과 얼마예요?
1,200원이에요.
저 사과 얼마예요?
800원이에요.
Do you remember that in our last lesson, I told you that we use the numbers based on Chinese words when we talk about money. Now, let's now go over the numbers from 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now, we've also learned the units for 100, 1,000, and 10,000. Remember, they were 백, 천, and 만. Now, let's put all of these numbers together and come up with some very complicated numbers. Let's begin with 200, shall we?
Sure. Well, as you said 200 in English, in Korea we use same form. As you have learned, 2 is 이, right? And 100 is 백. So 200 in Korean is 이백.
Now, what about 20 then?
Well, in English we don't say 210, but in Korean we use this form just like in 200. So 20 in Korean is 이십. 2,000 and 20,000 are also said it's based on the same structure. So 2,000 is 이천 and 20,000 is 이만.
Now, there's another difference in the way we say numbers in Korean from the way we say them in English. Now, in English, we say 100, but this would never be so in Korean. We would never say 일백.
That's right. Just as we don't say 일십 for 10, we don't say 일백 for 100. We simply leave out 일 for 1 and we say 백, 천.
Well, then let's find out how to pronounce them one by one.
오백, 칠천, 3만, 480, 6,910 84,700
이 사과 얼마예요?
1,200원이에요.
저 사과 얼마예요?
800원이에요. If you listen carefully, you may have noticed that rather than saying 1,200원 for 1,200 won, we just said 1,200원. Please don't forget this. Now let's try some other complicated numbers using the expression 원이에요. Now please listen carefully.
500원이에요. 7,000원이에요. 3만원이에요. 480원이에요. 6,910원이에요. 84,700원이에요.
Now we're going to get some practice by carrying on a simple conversation using these expressions. 이 볼펜 얼마예요?
500원이에요.
이 우산 얼마예요?
7,000원이에요.
이 과자 얼마예요?
6,910원이에요.
이 안경 얼마예요?
84,700원이에요.
In the video clip, when Michael asks for the apples, the shop assistant says, 잠깐만 기다리세요. Now in English it would mean the equivalent of one moment please. Can we get another listen to that expression?
잠깐만 기다리세요.
And another new expression was Michael saying that the apples were too expensive. Now what was it that he said?
비싸요.
Now Michael also points to some apples that are far away and asks how much those apples are. Now what's it in Korean?
저 사과 얼마예요?
That's right. 이 사과 is used to refer to apples that are close by, and 저 사과 would be referring to apples that are far away. So in English, it would be the equivalent of this and that. Right, now it's time to get a wrap-up of what we've learned so far. Let's turn to the video clip and get some practice.
어서 오세요. 어서 오세요.
뭐 드릴까요?
뭐 드릴까요?
이 사과 얼마예요?
이 사과 얼마예요?
1,200원이에요.
1,200원이에요.
비싸요.
비싸요.
저 사과 얼마예요?
저 사과 얼마예요?
800원이에요.
800원이에요.
맛있어요?
맛있어요?
네, 맛있어요.
네, 맛있어요.
저 사과 주세요.
저 사과 주세요.
몇 개 드릴까요?
몇 개 드릴까요?
4개 주세요.
네 개 주세요.
잠깐만 기다리세요.
잠깐만 기다리세요.
3,200원이에요.
$3,200원이에요.
돈 여기 있어요.
돈 여기 있어요.
고맙습니다.
고맙습니다.
안녕히 가세요.
안녕히 가세요.
Now let's go over the entire clip once again.
어서 오세요. 뭐 드릴까요?
이 사과 얼마예요?
1,200원이에요.
비싸요. 저 사과 얼마예요?
800원이에요.
맛있어요?
네, 맛있어요.
저 사과 주세요.
몇 개 드릴까요?
4개 주세요.
잠깐만 기다리세요. 3,200원이에요.
돈 여기 있어요.
고맙습니다. 안녕히 가세요.
It's time now to learn some Korean characters. Now in this lesson, we are going to learn about the character Ryul. Now let's find out how to write this character. Begin with a stroke from the left to the right, then turn the angle down. Next, make a line from left to right, then a line from top down, which makes an angle to the right. Now let's pronounce it.
리을, 리을, 리을.
Now let's add the vowel sound ah to the consonant lir.
라, 라, 라.
Let's go over some words using this letter.
소라, 소라. 우리, 우리. 도로, 도로.
Now before we finish off, I want to ask 지승현 선생님 how much her bag cost. 선생님, 가방 얼마예요?
My bag is 75,000원이에요.
비싸요. That is very nice.
고맙습니다.
Well, that's all for this edition of Let's Speak Korean. Until next time, 안녕히 계세요.